Story today, the 8th largest police department in the country in turmoil tonight.
Wow, after a suspension for facing federal tax charges on Friday, Commissioner Darryl De Sousa resigned this afternoon amid mounting questions about the case against him. WMAR 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kubler has been on this story for much of last week, and he joins us now with more on this. Brian.
Jamie, from suspension to resignation, the news came just minutes before noon today, and now Baltimore is on a national search for its fourth commissioner inside of 3 years. Darryl De Sousa is done. The commissioner of just 4 months resigned this morning as he battles federal charges of willfully not filing his taxes for 3 years. Mayor Pugh released her statement today, saying she accepted his resignation and will immediately start a national search for his replacement.
It's sad for him. It's sad for the city. It's a distraction away from what we need right now. It's a focus on reducing violence in the city and reforming the police department.
Councilman Brandon Scott has been an ardent supporter of De Sousa for years now. That, plus what he feels is the very lax vetting process by the mayor's office, makes this all the more disappointing.
It's extremely frustrating. Like I said, that for me is why I was so disappointed, because he knows that I hold him to a higher standard than everyone else. That doesn't make me any less sad. That doesn't take away any things that he's done in the police department in the past, but he knows that we hold him to a higher standard.
Scott was one of many reacting to the news today. The police union released this statement via Twitter saying, quote, "We're anxious to put these events behind us and hope that Mayor Pugh can quickly find a suitable replacement." Quickly, because there is much work to do. Technology to come online, data policing to launch, and of course, the consent decree to abide by. Acting Commissioner Gary Tuggle will lead the BPD in the meantime and sent out an internal memo today saying in part, quote, "Thank you for your professionalism during these tough times. We will succeed because you all are professionals who keep our agency moving forward." His message striking a similar tone as yesterday when we were able to ask Tuggle about De Sousa's suspension on camera.
We're going to stay laser focused on crime reduction and then fulfilling the mandates of the consent decree. So the crime plan, we know is solid. The strategy is solid. The methodology is solid. We just need to stick to what we're doing.
But the federal charges for De Sousa might not be the end of this story. WMAR 2 News has obtained copies of grand jury federal subpoenas served to the city. They ask for De Sousa's tax documents along with BPD records of his overtime, his travel, timesheets, and even his secondary employment all the way back to 2008. We'll have much more on this part of the story coming up tonight at 6 o'clock.
All right, Brian.